Sometimes I wish we could go back to a time when things weren't so complicated.
Welcome to the complexity of toilet paper, the podcast that dives into the everyday moments where we overthink, hesitate, or just get stuck.
I'm overthinking. I'm overthinking.
Let's hear it for the toilet paper!
Through honest conversations, unexpected insights, and a whole lot of humor, your hosts Phyllis Martin, Mark Pollack, and Emerick are here to help you roll with it and make your life a little less complicated. One conversation at a time.
That's right, dude. The beauty of this is its simplicity.
Speaking of which, it's time to enter the stall. Put the lid down, or not, depending. Get comfortable, and roll with it.
Oh, worry not, dear friend. It's really quite simple.
This is the complexity of toilet paper. Holy mackerel. We are here at the first, not first episode of the complexity of toilet paper. First of all,
just talk about overthinking it.
Okay, so this is a show about not overthinking, about making things simple. And this is technically speaking, because we want to establish truth right up front. This is technically the first show, but this is it. No matter what, there's not going to be another show because the show has evolved as we've thought through what do we really want this thing to be. And we've recorded a bunch of previous shows and well, we'll tell you all about it because we finally found our voice. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Al.
Good morning, friend.
I'm Al Emerick.
I'm Mark Pollack.
I'm Phyllis Martin.
And this is the complexity of toilet paper. Now, rewind. The reason we came back to re-record this first episode was that all, and we're going to break this down because this whole episode is really about the why behind the complexity of toilet paper. We have no idea when you're going to be listening to this, if you've picked up a show, a year from now, 5 years from now, or you're listening to this, the day we launch. We have no idea. But we are committed to transparency, truth, and really letting you into the stall with us, so to speak. There's going to be so many puns. You should probably get used to it. You're going to need your own roll of toilet paper to put up with the shit that we're going to throw at you. But no, we all have been on this individual journey that's become this bonded collective journey. And we want to unpack why we overthink things. And don't think for a minute that we are not guilty of doing that. So, and each of us has a roll of toilet paper with us. Mine is in the room next door, so I'm cheating. But each of us has our own roll of toilet paper. And today, I think we should just kind of let people know who we are, why we're doing this thing, why it's important. And I would love to start with you, Phil, because nobody came into this journey with more hesitation and concern and I think overthinking than you have. So I'll open up by asking you, why the hell did you decide to do a podcast with us and why the complexity of toilet paper?
So let me first say there have been many days when I've thought, why did I decide to do this podcast with the two of you? Not really the two of you, but why would I ever decide to do this to begin with? And my reality is twofold. One is I have overthought almost everything my entire life. I think that was a learned behavior from early events in my life that happened. My mother passed away when I was 15. She had Lou Gehrig's disease. There was a lot of traumatic events associated with that and around that. And for whatever reason, I decided subconsciously that the safest route to take was to mute my voice or sit in silence or not use my voice or not make waves. God forbid I should upset somebody or disappoint somebody or have to get into a conflict with somebody. And that, in fairness, served me really, really well for a really long time. But the older I got and the more into my career and different jobs that I had, I realized that also caused an inordinate amount of overthinking. That's actually a very hard thing to do. What I just described is a really hard thing to do. And it started absorbing an inordinate amount of energy.
Amen.
And at some point, we have come together, you and I, Mark, you and I have talked about that on, all the time. It just came to me that over complicating things, making things more complex than they needed to be, is actually unnecessary, but surely something that the majority of people do consciously or subconsciously. So somebody literally asked me yesterday, why would I decide to do this? And I decided to do it for two reasons. One, I needed to know if I would show up authentically as Phyllis in the microphone with the two of you. So let's just say that. And two, if there's anything from my experience or questions we might know to ask guests that we'll have on from their experience that can help somebody else, let other people know you are so not alone in this. And there are a ton of us out there who overthink things. And there's humor in that. There's sadness in that. There's pain in that. But step number one is really just understanding it and being on the lookout for it and being, I think, with people who can help. So if my stories and my life, my curiosity, can help, then yeah, I definitely want to do this. And the last thing I'll say is I don't want to leave anything undone in this lifetime. And not using my voice when I know for sure I should be, and sometimes people are waiting for it, would really be unfair, given all that I have been given in this lifetime.
Phyllis, that is so beautiful and powerful, but I think you should really come clean and tell the truth about why you wanted to do this show. You have a strikingly wicked sense of humor.
I do.
You have some nasty in you.
A lot.
You
give it all away.
No, dude, it's like, look, Mark kind of had to experience my shock over the course of this year, because it started a year ago.
Yeah, sure did.
Real quick before we dive into you, Mark, and I'll throw in my 2 cents, but this is, one of the reasons that we're here is these two different timelines. I was involved in a really amazing project in Orlando, helping a gentleman start up a community called Jonathan's Landing, and the envisioned to be the largest community ever built for adults with autism. And I was employee number 1, helping stand it up. Anyway, it's a very big project. I hit a brick wall of confusion. Literally, I was paralyzed. And I called my buddy Phyllis, and I said, hey, help me figure this out. And she literally, like, tap, tap, tap questions unlocked my anxiety. And in that moment, she said, we could overthink toilet paper. And I was like, oh my God, we got to do a podcast. And then a few weeks later, I'm talking to Mark, and I'll let him share his version of that. But the point is, the three of us came together because of that. But Phyllis, I've known you since 2014, I think.
2015, yep.
2015, so 10 years, a decade. And I had no idea how funny you are in the way that you are funny. I didn't know how sick your mind works. So when we start rolling out potty humor and talking about puns and wipeouts and flushing things, all that, make no mistake, this is not, quote unquote, the guys' stall, the ladies' stall. This is a trio of sick minds who have come together to help the world, but also to fulfill our own flavorful desire to be weird.
Well, and
Well
now
said.
the truth is out, and well said, my friend.
It is. Hey, I'm making a prediction at some point we're going to hear Phyllis sing. At some point we're going to hear Phyllis do accents and characters.
For sure.
And but we're going to get lots of wisdom. Anyway. All right. Mark,
Hi.
why the hell are you here?
I just showed up. My computer was on. The microphone was sitting here. I'm like, I think I'll sit here and talk.
Two people invaded my life.
Man, what happened? Impact. That's why I'm here. I've been searching my whole life. When I was a little kid, I had this little tape recorder that my mom gave me, and I would sit and record my voice and make up characters, and always knew that I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what that something was. And I have spent my life in some form or fashion searching for the thing. And I have a desire to help others by unpacking things that I've experienced, but helping others unpack their experiences and share that in such a way that it creates a feeling of togetherness. And when this idea was brought forward around how we overcomplexify our life, I thought, here it is. It finally showed up. And I realized immediately that this was the thing that I was searching for my whole life. And, you know, the beautiful part is we have started recording, and this isn't our very first show. And so I know what's to come. And we've had a lot of strategic planning, and I am so excited about the impact that we are going to have on so many lives through humor, through stories, through just relatability. And so that's why I'm here. And I couldn't be more blessed than to be with the two of you on this journey that I have finally found.
Oh, man. Dude.
He's always one-upping us, Al.
Yeah.
Come on.
You'll see. He
is.
always has the last word, and it's always a great word.
Well, not only that, he's got those melodious tones, that soft, gentle, voice of his that makes you feel he's like our priest, rabbi, sage, and meditation guru at the same time. No, Mark, I mean, I don't know. I know Phyllis.
He's
well
blushing.
enough to know. For us to be sitting here as part of your journey for something that's so important to you, that's more than a podcast, because quite honestly, whether we end up having a successful journey with this podcast, success being defined by, there's lots of listeners, or we're doing this with companies, whatever that, because we have a future business model for this that we're building. There's no doubt. But whether that happens or not, there's no doubt that this threesome togetherness has not only bonded a friendship, but we're going to help each other. And we already are helping each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, yes and yes to both of you. My mission and purpose in life has always been connection with people. I mean, I am the eternal relationship, love on, love with, hug, be hugged person. I'm a positivity junkie. I see the glass half full, sometimes to my own, what's the word? Damage, if you know, because sometimes you can, what's the word?
Fault.
Detriment.
Oh.
Thank you. Not damage. Detriment, fault. But at the end of the day, I can count blessings just numerously. It's like friendships, family, pursuing my dreams in my career. And all of these things have always rounded out to really a couple of core themes. That is, we all have greater value than we realize. We have far greater impact than we realize. And I built a system around it called value mapping and a tool called the value equation. And that is the way I see the world. I see the world through the lens of head and heart. But technically speaking, my career began in radio and broadcasting. So sitting in front of a microphone with you two, telling stories is like a flashback to my childhood when I listened to radio, the Dr. Demento show, when I listened to KUPD in Phoenix, Arizona, Rock 105 in Jacksonville, and actually worked in radio. So I loved this aspect. I loved the old AM radio. I loved listening to interviews. I loved Walter Cronkite. I loved 60 Minutes. But it's really about the story side of people's lives and how we overthink things, because I myself have desperately overthought. I'm overthinking today in my life. And Mark and Phyllis, you guys are helping me work through that as we help each other. And I was like, all right, well, what greater value than can I be a part of than this thing about how do we just make life a little bit more simple? How do we appreciate the special moments? How do we not overthink happiness? And how do we not overthink things that prevent us from going forward? Because, oh, by the way, living in the entrepreneurship world and starting my own companies and helping other companies start and grow, it's overthinking that stops progress and stymies progress. So the personal side is filled doing this with you guys. The business side is filled doing this with you both. And what I love most is that the three of us came from, even though Mark, you and I have a similar background in radio and stuff, the three of us all share this. Let's make sure that there's a deliverable, if you will, right? Without overthinking. So Phil, what is it you want to give? You said it earlier, but like we've talked, the three of us, about how we're going to help people. What do you see as the impact of this show from the standpoint of like, hey, this is what we want to bring to you. This is some of the technical stuff we're going to deliver to you as well, because this is an experience, but it's an experience with a desire to improve your life. Thoughts on that, Phil?
Yeah, I think what our listeners can expect is through shared story and narrative, finding the pieces of themselves or relatable situations where you name the topic: joy, death, work, leadership, lunch, has been
Wait a minute. You can complicate lunch?
I can overcomplicate lunch. Hand me a menu right now and there'll be a whole situation, and I will still end up eating off of both of your plates. Let's be clear about that. But
how many questions do you ask when somebody orders
Oh,
lunch?
no. I'm not that person. But I do have like a whole thing that I have to go through in my head about savory or sweet, carbs or not, like a whole thing that happens. But through those narratives and stories and just dialogue and conversation, how we're sharing what we have overcomplicated, what guests that come on the show have overcomplicated, and tips, thoughts about the impact of that overcomplication and what we have done to simplify, or what a guest has done to make things simpler. And I'll be honest, I was really offended by that word when we started using it. I'm like, no, everything is deep. Everything is complicated. Everything is layered. And as we've talked and as we've recorded shows, I've really come to understand maybe not so much. So through this, just what we are doing right now, my hope is that people can see themselves and find something, a tool, one little tidbit, one step along a very long journey to find some simplicity, and beyond that, what that simplicity might bring to enhance or support their lives in that moment. And I hope they find a little levity along the way too.
Marco?
Yeah, I would echo that. I think for me, the question is always the aloneness. I know when I feel most overwhelmed and things seem the most complex is when I'm by myself and think I'm the only one who's ever dealt with this. And the reality is there's a shit ton of people who have dealt with the same thing. And so I think this show and the impact it will have is the ability to let people know you're not alone. We all deal with it. And I'm actually sitting here thinking and overthinking a whole bunch of other things, and I realize I'm not alone. And so that for me is the impactful piece.
Hey, Al, I'm going to add something too. I think this is important for our listeners, especially, that we understand you're part of this too. There are things that we can learn from you as we're going along this journey together.
Yeah. This is not a one-directional, the way that we've created this is not a one-directional show. And so what you're going to find if you stay with us is that we're going to turn the mic to you, and we want to hear from you and engage with you and speak about the things that are important in your life, because again, you're not the only one dealing with that. Money issues, we've got it. Having to buy your kid a car, we got it. Travel, aging, money, emotions. We've thought through a lot of the things that are commonalities among all of us. And so,
right.
Yeah. So,
yeah. And when we say thought through, I want to be clear for you listening that we haven't figured it out. And it's not like we're presenting a solution. And that's the key thing in not overthinking this is I was just searching. So the term shared consciousness, all right? So it's a common awareness or understanding among a group of individuals, often based on shared experiences, beliefs, or values. It can manifest as collective consciousness or real-time understanding within a team, blah, 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 blah. But this idea of a collective consciousness, that's what you were just talking about, Mark. And so I want to restate something that I know will come up in future episodes, I'm sure, over and over again, which is we're not solving something and we're not saying that life isn't hard.
Amen.
Right? Like, I think sometimes we are subject to looking for the answer, looking for the pill, looking for the solution. And we're saying that this is a state of a human existence to overthink things and make things harder than they need to be. So how can we be a nudge to entertainingly and humanly and compassionately and joyfully give you a place to A, feel you're not alone, B, get some tips, as you said, Phyllis, and advice, but just the shared perspectives. We're going to have people who have been whistleblowers for major corporations. We're going to have people who've been world travelers, entrepreneurs, women, men, who knows, children down the road, plus our own stories. But these ideas and topics that Mark's talking about, joy, happiness, Phyllis, you mentioned them. It's the topic that's the star of the show, not the guest, or not me or Mark or Phyllis. And you as the listener hopefully are the recipient of the star of the show, which is a topic around something that we all live with, experience, and why do we overthink it, and how can we make it a little more simple? But that doesn't mean we're going to solve it. And that's the thing I want. That's kind of like what I wanted to level set, right?
Yeah, we're kind of like the guides through it, right?
Yeah.
So asking the questions.
So we are guides to bring you into the stall, which I think is the perfect time right now for us to introduce the debut of something that we call the roll-up. That's right. This is the roll-up. And every guest that we bring into the stall with us will experience the roll-up. This is a series of rapid-fire questions that can only be described as deep, soulful, riveting questions that could change your life. And so this, ladies and gentlemen, is the roll-up. All right, Phyllis, you ready?
I think I am.
When it comes to toilet paper,
Yes.
over or under?
Over, but I will not hesitate to reach for under if I need to.
Well, that's good. And all of us are
I thought
appreciative
you
that
might
you
be,
don't
yes.
hesitate.
Yeah, thank you.
Mark, over or under?
Over, of course.
I'm a total over guy. No under. I don't know why. I just got to have the over. All right. So 3 of us are overs. And by the way, in case you're wondering, if you're wondering, you probably shouldn't be listening to this show. But over is like as in over or under the roll. All right. Good.
Yeah.
I think everybody
I think
got
we
that.
got it. Yeah.
All right. All right. Ready? Next question. Here we go. Mark, you can lead us off.
Okay. So as it is concerned to toilet paper,
Yes.
single ply or 2-ply?
2-ply, as fluffy as it possibly can be.
Fluffy.
I'm a 2-ply guy because I'm kind of fly.
No.
No.
All right. Hey, first of all,
No.
I was shocked when I realized how many 1-ply rolls are really out there in the world. I've actually gone out and looked and seen 1-plies, and I'm like, how in the earth could we use who uses 1-ply? But I guess
I don't
it makes
know.
it, well, it's cost effective. There's lots of places. That
Is
only
it
have,
though? Because then you're like bunching it all up. And I mean, I'm not saying you got to get quilted 2-ply, but single ply, I would have been shocked.
But hey, listeners, next time you're in a public restroom, I'd love for you to check out, is it a 1-ply or 2-ply? And by all means, visit our Facebook page, The Complexity of Toilet Paper. Once again, The Complexity of Toilet Paper. And if you experience 1-ply or 2-ply, let us know. That would be great to get that input, because inquiring minds want to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's 2 of the questions. All right. The third question, Phil, what is your potty time activity or game that you play or do?
When I was young, I would read the comics and the horoscope. But now that I am a mature woman, I do my online shopping.
Really?
Yes. What?
She's got her whole computer set up in the stall.
I have my
hold on a
whole
minute.
shopping situation set up in my
All of your
commode
friends
area.
All of your friends who get your gifts, now I want them all to realize that there's a chance that gift was conceived while Phyllis was doing her business.
Well, let me say, it is an extension of what was. When we used to get catalogs, in the mail, then I would take those into my stall and have a delightful time looking at them. But now I don't have to look. I can look and buy at the same time.
I used to read Highlights magazine when I was a kid.
Yeah, loved Highlights.
And my mom would always go, "Are you okay?" I mean, it was a normal thing. I mean, I thought after like maybe a few years she would have realized I'm okay, but I realized later she was asking me for another reason. We're just gonna leave that one
again. No,
yeah, no,
opening
no.
show, first show,
Oh, whatever. Oh, that's right.
15th maybe.
Hey, remember when we had that podcast and then Al killed it
Before
right
it
away?
got started.
28 minutes in.
Yeah.
Anyway, then, and I don't know where this started. This sounds egotistical to say, but I would look for the letters of my name in words.
There's 2.
I was just going to say it's an A and an L. Like those are the most popular letters ever.
There's a last name too,
Oh.
you doofuses. Emerick.
With his E and
An
an
M.
R and-
Emerick.
And an R.
So,
like
All of
Z's
the
in your name or
vowels.
something. Yeah, like
are you judging me?
No.
You know,
Kinda.
I'm sharing a deep personal
No.
thing only with you guys. Nobody else is hearing this deep personal
Don't
secret.
overcomplicate
I'm
it.
judging.
Do not
Yeah, don't.
overcomplicate it.
yeah, it's
All right, last question. And this is new. Well, it's all new because this is the first episode. Handle flush or button flush or automated flush?
Handle.
my toilets have the button flush.
No, but what do you prefer?
Oh, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me as long as it flushes.
I like to handle flush. I'm
Do
old
you?
school. Yeah, because I know it's easier and it makes more sense to just finish and then it flushes. But there's a sense of completion.
Oh dear God! Wow. Wow. Hey, we thank you all for
Thanks
joining
so
us.
Like, I don't know. It's like, oh, I'm done now. Okay.
Because I don't get that by a button.
Said with the relief.
I know. Wow. How do you spell
man.
relief?
All right. Now, we've told you all our names. Phyllis Martin, Mark Pollack, Al Emerick. But back in the day, people would adopt radio names. I don't know if they still do. Like I had this idea that I couldn't be Al Emerick on the radio for a period of time. I was Al Roberts. I took my father's first. Yeah, I was Al Roberts.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, and my mom was
so not you.
My mom was so pissed off at me because she's like, "That's not your name. You're Alfred Emerick." I'm like, "Well, Mom, I'm not going by Alfred." She's like, "You're Al Emerick," and I'm like, "Okay, but." Emerick. She's like, "Your father was in radio, and that was Emerick with a K. Just stick with the name." I was like, "No, I'm going to be Al Roberts." All right, so here we go. What is your pun name? There you go. You ready? This is your pun name. Phyllis?
My pun name is Puns Galore.
Puns galore. Really? Puns galore? Okay. What was that other? Isn't there another name you had?
Cookies McGee.
Cookies McGee. All right. So Puns galore, Cookies McGee. These names may show up. Mark?
I don't even know. How do I follow Cookies McGee?
You can't.
You just got to come up with it. Come on.
Come on. Flush LaRue.
Oh, Flush LaRue.
Flush LaRue. I'll go with it. Yeah, it was better than my radio name, which was Murdoch. So, yeah.
See that.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay. Dirk Stallworth. I'm Dirk Stallworth.
Dirk
Yeah,
Stallworth.
Dirk.
Yeah, I can see you as Dirk Stallworth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so this is the stupid shit that we're going to talk about. In addition to life's bigger issues too.
Oh, this was important. This is a big life issue. So, rest of the day, I'm whatever. Flush. What was my last name?
LaRue.
LaRue.
Yeah. Flush LaRue.
I can totally see it.
Well, this is a sneak peek into the world that's heading your way. Let's just close with the following. And I'll start, and then you guys toss it around, and we'll leave it to Mark to close us out.
Oh, geez.
We re-recorded this for the reasons we've shared, but also there's a level of excitement. And what I'd like to know is, and we don't prep these questions, just so you guys know, it's not like we script out this show. And so this is an organic show. There's some topics, yes, we know we want to talk about. We research our guests, all that, and we know each other, but we don't necessarily say, "Oh, let's ask this question." And so this is one of those examples. I want to know at this point, you know, we're re-recording this literally days before our launch. Good planning. What are you most excited about? And I'll start, and then maybe you go, Phil. I am most excited now about the untapped energy that the three of us have. And I'm really excited by what this can mean for people, but I'm also what this means for us. I'm so excited about where this takes us because it's really so much more than just a podcast. It's a way to see life, view life, feel good about life, learn, and whatever this becomes, I'm a better person for it. And I'm excited to see where I grow, where you guys grow, and where our audience grows. I mean, that's genuinely like, wow, okay, let's look back and celebrate that. That's what I'm looking forward to. What about you, Phil?
I'm going to say yes to everything that you just said. Being totally truthful and transparent. I'm excited that I'm excited. And I'm excited to get to this point in the journey where I feel comfortable enough to do this authentically as Phyllis Martin with the two of you. And I had another thought, but it has left the brain temporarily. I think it's coming back. Here it is. I'm excited. And there you have it. And
it's the flush that wasn't all the way.
It was the half flush, and now now it's gone.
back.
Now it's back. I'm excited for us and for listeners that we hopefully together can get to the heart of why we overcomplicate stuff. And it's probably different for different topics and different areas, because if we can start to figure that thing out, then we can move beyond it. And then collectively, great things can happen for all of us, the collective, all of us. And maybe there's that paradigm shift and that shift in behavior and overall like amazing shift that starts to happen. Mark.
Wonderfully said. So I agree, and so I'm not going to repeat what you both said. What I'm most excited about is commitment. And what commitment is we committed to do this thing, we're doing it, and we're launching it, and we're going to continue to do it. And I, through life, have overcomplexified so many things that I have quote-unquote committed to and didn't do. And so I'm most excited that we're actually doing this thing and it's actually launching and we've actually put it on Facebook and we're really doing it. And for me and my own personal journey, I am most excited about that. And for our listeners, I'm most excited for them to understand that whatever you're dreaming and you're committing to, do it and commit to it and make it happen. And we're just three average people who have come together to do this thing, and everybody can do it. And so the commitment of doing is what I'm most excited about.
I love that. I forgot one really important thing that I was excited about.
Yeah, go back.
Okay. So I am really very excited, like crazy excited about other people being excited as we've watched on the Complexity of Toilet Paper Facebook page. Y'all's enthusiasm, that has just sent me over the top with enthusiasm and excitement.
And the memes. They're fantastic.
Memes.
They're fantastic. Keep them coming, please. They're hilarious.
And the questions.
There's not enough good feedback that we can get, and whatever that feedback is. And that's what we hope from you, that we can do our business and build a relationship with you, whoever you are today, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us in the stall. We will be back in the stall. We hope you will be back with us. That is a frightful sight to think of how many people we will all have in a stall together. But hey, that's where we are.
Did you say toilet paper?
Everything complicated. One big medieval mess.
Have a blessed, simple day, life, week, until we see you again.
I'm overthinking. I'm overthinking.
This is the complexity of toilet paper.